Well, hello everybody. Welcome to eSeniors. Welcome auto sports fans from around the world to eSeniors Group Season 7, Group 1. We are at Spa today, and this is, I'm a little bit out of sorts. I have some technical problems, so just bear with me. I believe get you into the game here. And if anybody is listening, please tell me how the volumes are. I was having trouble with microphones, so that's the issue. But I need to hear from you, and if there's any, so if you can hear me, that's great. Let's see here. Let's type that in here. Can you hear me? So my issue today here is that I can't get Discord, so voice, so it's going to be just me today. So it looks like we are starting with qualification. So let's see who got out there first. Hard to see. It's like Derek as usual. Who is out there first? Like I said, I'm just a little bit out of the mess here. Derek's not quite out there first, but somebody's just ahead of him. Peter LaFrosse? Nope. Let me take a look here if I can... There it is. It is Mr. Moses. Mr. Moses is ahead. Usually is. So let's just talk Group 1. Let me take a peek here if I can see what I have the standings somewhere. So I'm just going to grab them for you guys and talk about them. I usually put them on the screen, but I will just talk at this point. And I don't hear anybody telling me that I can hear me in YouTube. We got 5 watching. Please tell me if you can hear me. Bear with me to find that title. Not finished quite up to the first lap yet, so we have a couple of little bit of time to do this. There we are, I got it. So yes, in first place, Peter Wolfschneider with 145 points, closely followed by John Saunders with 128, Brad Mears with 120, Chris Bourne with 117, and very close behind is Steve Young, Sky 9194 with 111. So that's our standings, and it looks like Moses is on his outlap, or not his outlap, but his first lap. So let's follow along with him. Still don't hear anybody mentioning. I'm quite low. Okay, I'll bring that up. Thank you very much for that. Microphone. There, I'll bring that up now. It should be quite loud now. And make sure we got the game sound. That's on. Again, I'm going to be commentating alone because I can't get Discord to work. Anyway, so here goes... first lap for Mr. Moses. He is out there first, as usual. So it should be a fun race. Hopefully, we are going to get a good start. Spa is famous for the pandemonium corner years ago and a few seasons back. And that got everybody excited about starts and making sure that we are doing good on starts. How's the volume now? Matthias, that's an interesting name. I don't think I've heard you guys before, so welcome to the stream. So, Chris has not put in his first lap yet, so we have nothing to talk about in terms of quick laps. I did write down for Group 2, pole position was Pole position was Mr. Driscoll, I think it was, at 219.15 for Group 2. So let's just see what the Group 1 guys can do. Wish I had Mr. Wood on with me. He's usually pretty good for well, he is good for explaining, but he's good for telling us what he thinks the pole position is going to be. Look at that. What is he driving? Ferrari. Is that crazy windshield wiper right in the middle of the screen? So here he comes. He's going to be posting the first time for Chris Moses. I believe he has got. He's got a good time. There it is, 218 flat almost. So there you go. Already a second higher than the pole position in Group 2. Well, that's to be expected. All right, everybody's posting times now. Peter's got a 218.18. That is very close for that podium. Derek is third, second back. So, oh yeah, there we go. Let's just look at Peter. I'm going to get rid of that screen. Let's just watch him come through. What can I think of the name of? Radion, of course. How could I forget? I had a terrible Group 2 race. Thanks for asking. Spun out a couple of times. Ended up pretty close to the back. But I was in a good sweat, so that was fun. Whoa! Peter just went off. That's the spot that I was going off. I thought it was a bad setup, but he's usually got a good setup. Okay, let's see Saunders here. Saunders is up a quarter of a second on his best lap. Nice to see a few BMWs. We had only 2 BMWs in Group 2. That was a spot I had trouble with. That's exactly where I spun out, going into that corner right here. If you go in a little too hard, lost traction 100%, just skidded right through. So Saunders is still up by a quarter of a second, which would get him into second place. And Chris on his lap, he's just matching his fastest time. Let's see who else we got out there. Derek Baird. Oh, Saunders just lost all his time. So Derek's got a good time going. He is up half a second. So half a second would bring him very close to fourth place. And see who else we got going here. We have a great number of 26 people today. Wonderful to see that many people in Group 1. So it should be an exciting race. Let's just watch Derek in his Porsche. That great Porsche Cup race, you guys. If you didn't see it, watch the YouTube. Let me give a shout out. Oh, let's just see what Derek posts. And there he goes into. He stayed in the corner. Yeah. He stayed in 6th place. Before I forget, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Syndeo, 3D Sim. Syndeo is a voice over internet telephone provider. Sim3D is a fine purveyor of simulation products or sim racing products. And Castle and Crown event products. So let's see, what do we got going here? Moses is just improving his time a little bit. And he is up third, almost 4/10 of a second. Peter, where is Peter? Peter's having trouble here. He's not, and he's going to have to go another lap before he can do anything. Trying to look for Mr. Sylvain's first name. I don't know if he's just showing D. Sylvain. I guess I'll call him Sylvain for the rest of the extreme. He's got a good time going, so he should move up to third place in the podium. There was Moses, I think, just getting out of the way of Sylvain. So Moses is on a new lap, and he is besting his time by a quarter of a second. And John is up 3/10 of a second right now, so he might jump into second place. Quickly followed by Sylvain, who might not... no, he won't be able to improve his time. Looking up at the stream here. Hope the volume's still good. Who are we following here? John. John is still up by a third of a second. Who is getting closer to the end there? 7:01. Danny Holtz. Where did he come from? All right. He just took pole. Ah, nice with his Ferrari. And he's starting a new lap and improving. Mr. Holtz and Chris Moses is off. Chris Bourne is off. Let's see where we have Peter here. Peter Wolfschneider is just starting his lap. John Saunders. This is going to be an interesting qualification here. So Saunders is up half a second. That he'll bring him probably on to third place if he can hold on to it. Where is he? He is coming up to the start-finish line now. Oh, he's even gained some time. That should bring him in third. Yes, my math is still going well, guys. He is in third spot. Now let's watch the Wolfman. He is starting a lap. He's halfway through. He's up by a third of a second. That will bring him close to third. But Danny Holtz, wow. Where did he come from for the pole? Beautiful. Chris Moses is out there, but he's not improving his time. Might be an out lap. But Peter is up still a half a second. He's getting close to the last third. Branko is up a half a second. Where is Branko? He is going to jump into probably fifth place if he holds on to it. Where is he in his lap? Well, here he comes. We'll watch him come across the finish line. He's up a half a second right now. Coming into the last corner. Chicane. Really nice name, Chicane. Here he comes. He is still, he's up 6-7 tenths. That will bring him up to third or fourth place, I think. Here he comes across the line. Boom. What happened? Is that not a valid lap? He stayed where he was. Okay, my math is... Oh, it's back with the Wolfman here. He's up a half a second on his time. Coming around the last chicane. 7 tenths. Let's see where he is going to end up. He is going to end up in second with this time. Great job. Beautiful. And Mr. Holtz is in the pits just watching all this. So far, our podium is Holtz, Wolfschneider, and Moses. How many people do we have on the stream? We have 7 people watching. Not too much chatter yet. So Peter is out there. He is actually still trying. He's up 0.2 of a second right now. Where will that get him? That won't quite get him podium. He'll have to improve on that a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's just see down the stream here who is improving on their time. There is a name I don't recognize. Mr. Richard McSharpberry. Richard, okay. That's a name I don't recognize. New guy. Thank you for joining eSeniors. Wonderful to see new names up there. He is a half a second up on his current time. That'll bump him up a little bit. Mr. Fleinstaff, Kenny, he is going to jump up quite a bit. He's up a second. Wow, 17th to 6th. Beautiful, beautiful. Who else has got some good times going here? Mr. Stevens just starting his lap. So that doesn't count. Branko is up a half a second right now. That will jump him into 5th or 6th. Where is he? He is still, yeah, he's getting close to the end of his lap. Let's look higher up there. Peter is up 0.2 of a second. That won't get him pole just yet. So Danny Holtz is just sitting there in the pitch watching all this action. Branko will jump up. Yeah, he might jump up at the 5th, as high as 5th with this lap. Boom. 6th. Way to go, Branko. Nice. Last couple of, probably the last lap for him and a bunch of other people. Okay, here we go. Peter is up 0.2 of a second. It's not quite going to get him. Depends on how he gets through the chicane. Ooh, looks like he's going to do it. He's up 0.4. This is going to give him pole. Oh, man. 7/100ths of a second. Oh, just missed the pole. He's going to have one more lap. He's going to take a look at that. I hope you can see that how close he was. Oh, this is going to be interesting to watch the start between Danny and Peter. How is Chris Moses doing here? He is still out there. He is not improving. That was a very early lap for him. Just looking at the, where did Danny make up his time? Danny made up 0.2 of a second in the second sector on Peter, who has the fastest first and third sector. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, let's see who's got some action going here in the last lap. The only guy who is improving right now is Peter Larson. Where is he in his lap? Oh, he's just starting, so we won't watch that one too much. John Saunders, oh, he just lost some time there. He was up a little bit. Peter is matching his time, so we'll have to watch that. Chris Moses is improving. Let's just watch him. He's just starting his lap, so that's nothing to get too concerned about. Peter, Mr. Wolfman here is just hanging on to his current time, so he doesn't need very much to get pole. We'll watch that one big time. Well, Chris Moses has got a good time going now. He's about halfway through, and he just lost it on that corner, unfortunately. John Saunders, how close is he to the Wolfman, or to Chris? He is up right now, 1/10 of a second. Where is he in his lap? He's just starting, so that's not good. Where is Peter in his lap? Okay, he is coming. Let's just watch this. He is up 1/100th. He only needs 1/10 of a second. Let's see if he can make it. Going around the long Blechmond. He is up only 1/10 right now. Well, now he's up 1/10. He's coming into the chicane ahead. He is going to take pole easily. And he got it all in the chicane. Oh, wait a sec. He lost it on the exit. He lost it on the exit. Just going to miss again. That's it. That was the last lap. He had it, and he just lost it on the exit. Here is Chris Moses coming in. He is up 0.15 at this point. That's not going to get him anywhere. Chris Bourne is up a little bit. Not very much. He needs 3/10. He doesn't have that. Let's see who else has got a good time going. Mr. Hort. Krister, our fellow announcer, he is going to jump up. I didn't notice what he was before he hit the start-finish line, but he was up a half a second on his time. Peter Larson is up a half a second. Where is that going to get him? That's going to get him a few spots on this last lap. Boom, he got up one spot. Craig Holmes, he is up, let's see here, he's just matching his time, so he needs he might make it up one position. Anyway, that was pretty exciting quali there. Look at that. What does the podium say? So there, Danny, there is our... Is that number 17? Number 14. I'm just looking to see. He's a red Ferrari behind the BWT one. So yes, look at that. 2:17.23, followed by, in second place, Peter Wolfsteiner, 7/100ths behind, and Chris Moses filling out the podium. Wow. Wow. That was fun. That was fun. Let me put a little screen on here for you while we're waiting for... while we are waiting for the race to start. Where is it? There it is. Just bear with me for a second. And there we go. There, we got that going. We had the music in the background this whole time. That was not good. Sorry about that. So there we go. We'll watch. Let you watch a video of Spa going around, and I will just mute myself for a second. Well, I am bravely going to try a track walk, or track walk here with the last few seconds. So here we go. I won't maybe I'll just go through here. I won't try and keep up with all the names. There's Chris Holmes, John Saunders, Chris Bourne, Branko Bijak, Kenny Fleinstedt, where am I? Derek Bird, Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Larson, Ron Mark, Mr. Young, Krister, Mark Stevens. There's Don Queen. There we go, Don. 712, that's Laszlo Nemeth. Whoa, what happened there? I jumped over. Where am I now? Oh, I started over again. No, I don't know where I am. I'll just let everybody go through here and see their nice liveries. All right, let's get out of this now. Make sure I, whoop, 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 don't want to do that. Drive. All right, let's get screen going and make sure we see the start properly. Here we go. Let's see how Danny and Peter do on the start. And we're on board with Danny at this point. And here we go. We are getting close to the start-finish line. Yeah, look at them all nicely lined up. I love this screen view. Danny is the red car and Peter is the black and yellow one. We're racing. Here we go. And Peter is there side by side. He's got the outside. Peter's coming around. He gets the lead. Way to go, Peter. Let's see how the rest of them do. Everything looks pretty good. Great job, everybody. Getting through. Nice job, nice job. Here we go. Now let's go back to the front. Whoa, this is also a corner with cold tires. It could be nasty. I'll just follow through. So Peter's got the lead still. Let's go through here. Everybody's looking good. Oh, there's a little bit of action there. I won't bother with that. So there's a little bit of first round action there. We'll have to watch, see if that was an event that might get somebody started from the back row. So here we are. Let's get on board with Danny here. Oh, Danny has a drive-through. What the heck would that be for? I just noticed now. Did he pop on the start? Oh my Lord. That is a huge issue. Too bad. And behind these two, John Saunders, Chris Moses. There's Chris Bourne. Moses is looking to, oh my Lord, a drive-through right off the bat. Holy smokes. Had to be something on the start. Did he jump the gun on the start speed? So he's got to be swearing right now. All right, so there we go. Everything, action is, whoa. Saunders almost went into the back end. There goes Danny to serve his drive-through. We'll have to see where he comes out later. And let me go to TV cam here. Now Moses is all over John. It's still early in the race, so everybody is still. See what helicam looks like. There we go. Not a bad spot here to go to helicam. I'll just go down the list track here to show all the gaps. Things are nicely single file. Let's watch a couple go through. There we go. And down through Eau Rouge. All right. We'll have to get on with, oh, there's somebody just went off. Oh, let's see what happened here. We're going to replay. That is Mr. McSharberry. I got to find his first name. I don't want to say that all day. Just lost it coming into Radion. All right, let's go back to the front here. I'm going to get his first name. Bear with me for a second. Oh, there's some more action. Don is off. What happened there? There's Don. We're watching him now. Coming into that chicane, just lost it on entry. Again, I had the same problem going into there, just lifting off it too much. That is a tough spot for some reason in this new tire model. Go back up there. So that was Don's problem. Saunders is all over the Wolfman. I haven't had a chance to get down to look on that Mr. Richard McSharpenberry. Okay, he's Richard from now on. Okay, where am I? We're watching this one. Chris Moses is all over John Saunders' back. Let's take a look from the cockpit for a while. Number 230 is Patrick, not Peter. Okay. So Peter is got us 1 second gap here to these two guys. So he's pulling away slightly. But Chris is all over John Saunders' back. That's going to be a battle for a while, I'm sure. And Derek Bird is right behind Branco. And Kenny is right behind these two, as well as Sylvain. See if there's any action. Mr. Young is right up on Patrick Larson. Thank you for the correction. There they go through. Oh, Steve's got Eau Rouge. Little bit of a momentum coming out of Eau Rouge. Let's see if he can hold it. Up ahead there's also somebody who had some. And is he going to make it into the chicane? Oh no, that was a touch. Oh, who on Larson? So let's see if Mr. Young thought that he caused that. He doesn't look like he's going to stop. Okay, well, we caught that one. Unfortunately, it was way pretty high up. These guys have spread out a little bit. So let's go back to Derek. This is a grouping that's pretty close together. And let's go further down. Oh, Merche in 16th. He is involved in a big grouping. And Billy Stewart is right on his tail. Let's go into the cockpit for a while. This is a pretty juicy little group right here. Oh, somebody went wide. Who is that? Laszlo went a little wide. Oh, what did I do here? Where did I go? Who was I watching? Screwed that up. Oh, who's that ahead? Yeah, it's Laszlo. I should be using my car ahead and car behind. So Stevens is all over the back and Laszlo's all over the place right now. Now, Mr. Howells is hounding Ollie. So let's watch that one for a bit. Looks like he really wants to get by Ollie. This is a Ferrari against a Porsche. Lots of Ferraris in the race. That is the car of the year right now. Just hold on. Let's see. Coming out of the last chicane. Okay, let's jump ahead here to Chris. Chris coming into Radion. Or Rouge, I mean. Radion's the one behind it, I think. Nope, that was not, no excitement there. And these guys are nicely spread out. Steven on Laszlo. Howells on Ollie. Coming through. Oh, Billy Stewart. That looks like it's side by side. Oh, let's go back and watch that one. We'll watch that from the Helicam. This is a replay. Just coming through here side by side, going through Eau Rouge and Radion. And look at that, side by side going in, just cut in front of him. Wow, that was brave. Wow. So that was exciting. Okay, where are we? And let's go back up at the front here. This is John Saunders' view of the back end of Peter. So he might be looking at that for a while. And Chris is looking at Saunders. So these guys have all been spread out on the top here by about a second. And over here, the first little battle is between Kenny and Derek Bird. is nice to see some BMWs up there in the top 10, since there was only 2 of us in the group 2. And Stevens is all over Laszlo. Let's follow this one. He has been that way for a while, so he's really trying hard to get across, to get by Laszlo. So we'll just follow this one for a while. It's the closest battle for sure, and it's staying that way. There's a couple more further back they'll jump to, seeing if Mark can get by here. If he doesn't, we'll jump to some of those other ones. Mark is our other streamer, trying to start learning how to stream. He does a great job, I thought. All right, let's go back a little bit. There's Howells on Ollie still. Holmes on, there's a name I don't recognize, Grolty. Let's see who his first name is. Dan. Oh, Krister is off. Let's go back and see what happened to Krister. This is a replay. Krister tried to make a move. Oh, he hit the curb, little touch. There's no damage done to Mark. It was Mark. So anyway, that's Krister went off a little bit, but not a super. It's a little racing incident, I think. This looks like Howells is going to make a pass here on Ollie, and he's going to make it stick going into the corner. Yes, he is. Nice job. Nice pass. Nice pass. That was momentum coming out of Eau Rouge for sure. Okay, where are we now? Where are we now? Well, the front of the pack, I just look starting at Derek and go forward, cockpit-wise, like always watching cockpits and see what they're looking at each other. This is what everybody's looking. There's Branko, there's Chris Bourne, Chris Moses, and in second place, looking at the leader, is John Sunners. It looks like he's made up a little bit of time. They look a little bit closer together, and they're certainly not. He is not pulling away from the pack today. Let's just go back here. Mark Stevens on Laszlo, still trying to get by Laszlo, and Richard McKay here just passed. I think he just passed someone. Okay, missed that. And we are 38 minutes into the race. Pit lane is not open yet. Everybody remember, there is a pit stop. Mandatory tires, mandatory fuel, so minimum 30 seconds. But it takes forever to go through the pits at Spa. You have to go through past the F1 pits. Then you have to go through and around the corner and then past your long GT3 pits. About a minute and a half is how long it takes from beginning to end. And since we are so close for a lot of races here, pit stops are definitely going to be an issue. Let's just watch the podium here going through Eau Rouge and Radion. Beautifully done, both of them. Oh yeah, we meant to look. Where is Danny Holtz? Danny Holtz is currently 22nd. Oh, it's such a shame to see him get a drive-through. I'm looking forward to that. All right, where have we got battles here? Brian Chubb is on Mark Stevens. Oh, Ollie. Ollie's back. He is now battling with Steven. He did not let go there, and La France is right behind Ollie. So this is a juicy little threesome here. Let's go at Helicam. Take a look at them. There's a foursome, I guess. Why is there a fourth person there? That is La France. And not that far behind him is Billy Stewart. So yeah, there's that's a juicy little foursome for sure. France is the one taking a bite. Let's see what his best lap is 2:24. So I don't know what's going on there. He's been going out of bounds a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if anyone gets a penalty for track violations. There's a few spots here that causes that. Let me see. I'm just going to take a quick peek here at it. The new name, Mr. Richard McSharpenberry. Look at his livery. Ah, nice livery. Corsa on the side. I don't know where he is from. Looks like he has a few little Italian motifs on his livery. Maybe because he's driving a Ferrari. So anyway, let's go back here. Oh, Larson. What happened here? There is a pass. I'm going to go back a few seconds here, do a replay to see if we can catch where that pass occurred. Because now, there it is. There is. Who is that? Is that Stevens? Yes, Stevens passed Larson on that replay. Nice. Glad I caught that. Where am I now? Let's keep going here. Looking at the leaderboard now on the top 10 have spread out quite a bit. We have to wait to this this one here just before we get into anybody who's within a second of each other. This is the only battle right now within a second of each other, these two. Billy Stewart on La France is another one. Let me just go into the cockpit here. Oh, Mr. La France has just went off at Eau Rouge. Oh, did he? Let's. Oh, that looks very damaging here. Let's watch this one. This is a replay. Looks like he lost it. He hit the wall. I think he might have hit the wall. Yes, he did. Oof, because I thought I saw some scratches on his windshield. Well, that was a very tough one, but that is, now he's in the pits.
Pit window's open.
Yeah, pit window's open for sure. I think he just missed that counting as a pit stop. Where are we here? Steve Chubb, this is our little race that we were watching before. So La France, he just lost it going through Eau Rouge for sure. In the second half, jumping into Radion. Well, let's see here. Larson is the one actually closest on the whole track, and he is right up Mark Stevens' tail. 34 minutes, approaching the, no, not quite the halfway mark. We got lots to go yet. So I'm wondering if La France is going to get credit for a pit stop for that. Don't think so. Where else have we got a battle going? Oh, Mr. Flanstad has caught up with Derek Bird somehow. And Chris Moses, I'll jump there to in a second. He's within a second of John Saunders. There we go there. So this is for the podium. The podium is quite close together, as you see. So it's going to be very interesting pit stops. And this one is also a nice little grouping right now. Sylvain, Flenstedt, and Bird. Let's just see how these guys go through Eau Rouge and Radion. Well done. Maintain their gaps. Let's see if Sylvain is going to improve a little bit on his gap. Has momentum. Get a toe a little bit here. In the two BMWs, is he going to try something going into Lecombe? Very close together. He's definitely maintained the gap. Just watch them going through campus. Oh, they both slid. So then you got a better exit? No, not really. Got a little bit a better entry. And looks like Kenny got a better exit. So he's pulling away a little bit. Let's just see this next corner. Full speed. Get on the throttle. All right, they're maintaining there. Well, up ahead, things have gotten a little juicy here. Whoa, Chris just... Things have gotten a little juicy. Peter might have made a mistake or something, and because both John and Chris have caught up to him. Let's just watch Chris, or John, on the Wolfman. Or is it tires? We're getting close to the halfway mark in the race. Definitely in the Porsche Cup, we noticed there was a lot of issues later in the segment on with tires. So who maintained their tires the best might make up some time. Let me look here to see what's going on with the stream. the times for the guys. Somebody's asking, who's asking that? Peter was asking for the times for the guys in the back. Okay, I'll do a few there. The Merche, his time is 2:19. Dan Grote, he's got a 2:19, so there's some good times. There's some good times back there. Billy Stewart has a 2:20. Danny Holtz, he's coming up the leaderboard now. He's 18th. His time, best time, he's got the best second and third sector, and he is he got a 2:17.4. So he's got back into his groove, and he is climbing up the leaderboard. I did not notice that. He is 14 seconds behind. No, he's 9. What is it saying there? 9 seconds behind Ollie is his next victim. I believe. What is that? That is a gap. Yeah. It could be. What is going on? Oh no, Ollie was in the pits. That's a mistake on my part. So this is Danny. He is climbing up the leaderboard. But back on the top here, this is the top podium. So it's going to be interesting now to see what pit strategies these three are going to have. Mr. Sylvain is up on Kenny. And who else have we got? Looks like Sylvain just might make a pass here. 2 BMWs battling it out. Sylvain has been trying to pass Kenny for quite some time here. Let's see how he does in the long corner, and does he get a good exit here and gets a lot of momentum for Blanchimont. Looks like Kenny got a better exit there. Saunders is all over Peter here. Let's just watch from the cockpit to see if either of you guys seem like they're having tire issues. So Danny Holtz, he's got the fastest lap of the race. He's in 17th now. And let's see his gap. He's 17 seconds behind the next guy. And let's just watch our guys coming through the famous corner. Au Rouge and Radion. Looks like Saunders got a little bit of momentum there. I'm watching the gap to see if it's moving. I think he is. Oh, he's got a toe on top of that. Let's go to the telly. Let's just see what he's going to try. Is he going to try and make a move here? Go to Helicam. He's got the inside. They touch. And they both go up. Oh, and Saunders went off. Saunders went off. That was a brave move, but it did not work out. So now Chris is there. Let's just go into see if Chris... He is right on Peter's tail. So Saunders is always quite aggressive there. It's a little bit early in the race to be that aggressive, I think. So he is now, where is John? Trying to find him. He's quite far back. Oh, he's in third. It's not hard to see exactly where he is. He's 3 seconds behind now, so he lost 3 seconds. My leaderboard hasn't quite updated yet. But these three now, well, these two, are battling big time. 27 minutes left in the race, so we're approaching the halfway mark. So Peter, I'll take another look to see who's making up time in the back here. The next guy down is Mr. Grote. He's got a 2:19, so he'll probably make up a little bit of time here. Just going to take a quick peek while we're watching this battle at what happened in terms of who has been improved the most. So the top leaderboard all made up a spot because of Danny having that drive-through, Mr. Holtz. Branco is in 4th. He's up 2 spots. Kenny's up 2. He's in 5th. Sylvain's up 3. Mr. Young has made up 5 spots. And next is Laszlo. Did I miss something? No, I was looking here. Laszlo's made up 8 spots. Stevens has made up 5. Mr. Chubb has made up 9 spots. Very nice. Stephen Howells has made up 8 spots, as is Billy Stewart. And Richard McKay has made up 5 spots. Did we lose Mr. Queen? I don't see his name here. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of people have made up some big. Whoa, there goes Chris. No, I'm on with Chris. That's Peter, sorry. Chris just slid, but he caught it in time. Wow. And Moses wasn't able to take advantage of that. So we're going to start seeing some pit stops here. There's a bunch of people in the pits. Now it'd be interesting to see what these two guys do for pit stops. So I'm on my own here, keeping track of pit stops. It's going to be interesting. So I'll write down a few things about that. Let me take a look here. What else is there on the stream? Oh, you guys watch. Look on the stream. Yeah, I noticed Billy Stewart has a stop and go. That is probably for track cuts. So that's going to drop him down big time. That's a long penalty. It's like a minute and a half, as I was saying. Well, these guys are approaching the last chicane. Let's see if anybody goes in and tries an undercut or overcut. There he goes. There he goes. Chris is not Chris, but Peter's in first. So Peter went in first, and he was up a quarter of a second. So Peter was in first. Now Moses is going to go. Let's just watch his times while he's out there. He took a lot of time. So he's up by a half a second when he went in. So we'll just watch Chris's time here. Let's watch from his cockpit. Where am I here? Lost my cursor. There we are. Let's watch it from the cockpit. You know what? Maybe we'll do something I don't do very often. A chase view and see how his tires are holding out. And we will watch for... I don't know where pit lane is. There it is. We'll watch for Peter. I think Peter is just moving now. He is... No, he hasn't even got into his... He hasn't even got into his pit lane yet. So there'll be 30 seconds once he gets into his his pit spot. Does the graphics show? No, the graphics don't show. So this is Chris. Where is he in his lap? He's coming around about halfway. And we will watch Peter coming out. He's got 30 seconds now to wait before he comes out. And there'll be no way that... it's almost 3/4 of a lap before he goes by the start-finish line. So have we got any battles going on here? Not really any battles, so I'll just stay with Chris for now and see if he goes into the pits next. It's such a sharp corner there on the pits. I don't know who that somebody was asking who that back marker was. I'm not sure who that was. So let's see if Chris goes into the pits here. Yes, he does. So, okay, now we're going to get on with the Wolfman. He is out there. He is out there. Let's just go on to a TV view. And we'll watch to see whether his strategy worked in terms of the undercut, I guess you would call it. And let's see, there's no other gaps. Oh, wait a sec. Branko on Bird. Oh, that's in the pits, sorry. That's not a real battle. This is Howells on Holmes. Howells going to take a look inside. I don't know if that's a back marker. I don't think that was a back marker move. That was just a move. Those two guys are battling for position. And here's another one. Holmes on... You're on with Holmes, and not ahead of him. That is Mr. Grolte. I believe it's Dan. And now let's go back to Mr. Moses, still in the pits, just getting to his pit now. And there's Peter, he's out there. He is just coming around now. Is Chris moving yet? He's still not moving. It's just excruciating, I'm sure. Because here comes the Wolfman. Coming through the last corner. And is Moses moving yet? There's Moses moving now. Let's go to a helicam between these two. There you can see them both. And he's going through Eau Rouge, up and around. And he looks like he's going to make it ahead. Nicely done. So Peter maintains his... Look at that. Great job, both of them. Like, just amazing that they go through pit stops and just within a... I guess he may have gained... what's the gap here? It's a second, but hey, that's not a big deal. Now, what about Mr. Saunders? Mr. Saunders has had his pit stop too, and he is 2 seconds behind Chris. So he lost a little. No, they were pretty close to the same gap. So all three guys, Laszlo shows leading right now, but he hasn't made his pit stop yet. The podium guys all did a very good job of their pit stops. So yes, who we got here? Steve Young is up on Derek. Are these two guys battling for position? Yes, they are. Let's just look into see how Steve Young does on Derek. Mr. Sky 194 he has a large following on YouTube and a lot of videos. Stop by and watch him. What is Mr. Young driving? He is driving a Lambo, I think. Yes, he is. Nice, a Lambo. I should know that from the dashboard. I wonder if the dashboard in the real car is nice velour with stitching like that. He's not making too much inroads. He's actually there's some battles back here, but let's just stick with this one. See if Steve makes the high speed corners here on Chimont. Makes any inroads going into the chicane. See if he has a little late break. Make up some time on Derek. He does, though, a little late break. Does make up some time. See if he can maintain it coming through, coming out. About the same amount of time. Back here, that is Steve Young up ahead in the red car, I believe. No, it's not. So Kenny and Larson. Oh yeah, so Larson went into the pits there, I think. Let's see who is that ahead. That is Larson ahead. So this is for position. It's quite close. And up at the front, everything's okay up at the front. Same. Stevens is hounding Howell. Let's see how he does coming in through the exit. Looks like he lost a little bit there. Let's see how he does through the famous corner. There we go, Mark. Come on, Mark. Is he got the only Mercedes in the field? No, Chris Bourne's driving a Mercedes. Ooh, that's surprising. Okay, and Chris Holmes just off. He must have just went wide there and radio. So Young is still battling here with Derek. Oh, Fleinstadt looks like he almost made a pass there. Sorry for jumping back and forth. Let's go back to Steve. It's another corner you have to be careful you don't go in too fast. You could skid out the side. And this these series of corners, of course, if you can get great entry and exits, you can make up a lot of time on the straight. This one's called Courbe Paul Frère. Next one is Blanchimont. The little tiny left-hander is called Blanchimont. Blanchimont. We are in Belgium, so a lot of French in Belgium. I forget the other language that's spoken in Belgium. Everybody has pitted. Whoa, that was a late break from Steve. And he lost it coming out. I don't think that served him did anything for him. Let's just go back to the top here. I'm going to put not Laszlo, because Laszlo still has not pitted. Here we are. Where? There's John. Up ahead is Chris. And Chris is looking at Peter. So they have spread out a little bit. A couple of seconds between them all. So the battles are a little bit at the back here. It's Kenny on Larson. And I'll watch that come out here. Didn't make too much time up. This is, I gotta make sure I get the right name, Dan Golte on Stevens and Howells. So this three are the closest grouping. So any little hiccup between these three will cause some change in positions. Danny had a great exit there. I don't quite understand. Oh, Steven's got a drive-through. Steven got a drive-through. I guess that was a track cut. Wow. He is going to be swearing. That's going to get him out of this race, or out of this race of three, I should say. It's a huge penalty at drive-through. Huge penalty at Spa. So I'm sure that's what that was with his cut. His last cut came through Radion there. So that'll put him back quite a bit. And so you're Kenny on Larson. The next battle. And Young on Bird is still. So those are the three battles we have going on there at the moment. See if I can find somebody else who's close. Chris Young is taking a look at the back end of the Aussie there. He is a second behind. Let me see what their two times are. He is lapping. Well, he had it faster. I just have best times here. I don't have all the laps, but he has a better best time by a whole second on Ollie. So let's watch that one. Back here again, it was just. So this is going to be a long battle. And the other one that's. Stevens is still hounding Howells here. Is he going to do his drive-through now? Yes, he is. So that's the end of that battle, but this one is not that far behind either. Danny on Mr. Howells. Where are we here? Yeah, Danny Grote on Howells. So these are the two things going on. Holmes on Ollie. Danny on. Oh, that's a new one. Danny on Branco. Where did that come from? So that's a good one. Gonna be a good one. And then Kenny on Patrick Larson. Well, those are the three we'll be watching. Oh, sorry. Here we go. This is the closest right now. Young and Bird. Let's just watch how we got 12 minutes left in the race. Tires are still probably okay for everyone. We know the Birdman is. Let's just watch the Birdman's steering inputs here. He is always just on the edge with that Porsche. Just watch the way he works his steering wheel around corners. So they're not huge movements, so I'm not sure how much he affects his tires. Now let's just watch Steve's steering inputs. easy to be smooth around this one. But let's just watch what he does in the chicane. Nicely smooth. Nice and smooth. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so what do we got going on here back? Branco and Dan Gulte. Ooh, was there a pass there? That shows on my board as being something might have happened there. So I hit the wrong button. There's Dan on Howells. Ooh, went wide there. I don't know if that's a track cut or not. It's pretty wide. And now we jump up here with Kenny, Larson, and Nemeth. Where is Nemeth? Who's out ahead? Looks like there's a gap only. There's Larson. There we are. I couldn't see him. So there's the three of them. This is a great battle here. We only have 10 minutes left. So these three guys will be getting a little antsy to make up some ground. And it looks like Kenny is actually making up some ground on the Ferrari on the straight here. Big time. Had a great exit. So he made up a lot of time there. So this grouping is very close, very close. And Steve Young is still on Bird's tail. Bird's not that far from Sylvain though. There's a Sylvain up ahead at 2.5 seconds. I'm going to jump between all three of these battles. There's Kenny, Patrick, and Laszlo. Like Danny Gulte is also very close to the other Ferrari. And up at the podium, everything is still up there in the 2-second range. Where is Mr. Holtz? There he is. He's made up another couple of spots to 14th. He's going to be up on this grouping soon, right here. There's Danny right there. So Danny was in last place after his drive-through, and he's made up. What is it? I'll just tell you right now how many he's made up. He's in 14th. He lost 13 places, so he's halfway through the field. He made up basically 13 places. Whoa, look at this, how close they are in the chicane. And this is going to be a great one to watch. Let's watch it with the helicam. That's not a great view just yet. But it'd be a nice to watch these three going through. Radiano Rouge. Very close together. Within 0.5 second of each other. Look at that. Exactly looks like they're evenly spaced. Let's just see how it goes. We're following the middle guy. No, we're following the tail end guy. There's the middle guy. How did that spacing end up? Pretty much the same. Maybe Kenny's making up some time. Let's go into his cockpit. I think he's making up time again on the Ferrari. This happened last time. Now let's see if Kenny makes a move. He's going in. Tried to look inside. Did he rattle Patrick? Not really. He's making up time on the straight every time. He is 7 minutes left. I'm sure he's going to make a move at some point. Now Danny is up on the back end of the other Danny Grolte. He's got lots of pace, so he's going to try to get by here as fast as he can, so he can make up another couple of spots. Oh, where can he make up the time coming out of campus here? Lots of grip. And Steve Young is still looking at the back end of the Birdman. And Kenny. These three. Let's just watch to see if he can make up time on this straight. It looks like he lost quite a bit on that side. He's down by 0.8 seconds. Now, these guys are spread out a little bit. So Danny, looks like Danny got by Grolte. This is Danny here. So his next victim is Stephen Howells. And then after that, he's going to make up he's going to make up 2 seconds to get to the next guy, is Mr. Chubb. Brian, I think it is. Yeah, Brian. And still back here, Craig Holmes is just hounding Ollie. So we've got 3 groupings of guys here. Looking up at the front here, I think Moses may have been, just watch it here, Moses has caught up a little bit to Peter. Ignored these guys for a while. Let's just see what's going on. The gap is now 2 seconds. Looks like Peter went wide. Is Peter having trouble with his tires? Really wide. Really wide. Hopefully that doesn't cause him a drive-through. It's got to be a track cut. Oh yeah, this has got a guy who jumped on this one really quickly. Let's just take a look inside his cockpit here. Is he having trouble? He's working it hard, big time. And Chris is right up his tail. I am sorry I'm not going to be able to do a podium interview today. But I would have loved to have asked Peter if his tires were off. Yeah, Nikos, I don't know where Don is. I think Don quit. He had a problem. He had a spin out, and he did not stay around. Oh, Derek's off. Yes, Derek's off. He went off, and looks, is that Steve Young ahead of him? Should be. Yes, Steve caught up there because of Derek went wide. But getting back to the battle here for first. It is going to be a battle for sure. Chris can smell it. Chris can smell it. He's jacking down the... He is jacking down the... hunting down the wolf. I think Peter's having tire issues. Just quickly jump back here. Bird is not going to give up on Young. And there's another battle here with Laszlo and Patrick Larson. And lastly, Grolte and Stephen Howells. Where is Danny Holtz? Danny Holtz is only a second behind Brian Chubb, so he's probably going to make up that gap, but I'm not going to lose it here. I'm not going to go to those two often because we have a great battle here for first place. Mr. Billy Lightfoot. This is Mike Molesky here, the normal commentator. Look at that. Oh, Moses is right behind him. Right behind him. And the normal Group 1 guy has been missing just last week. My name is Mike Molesky. I'm a Group 2 racer. I think the thing is going to happen here. I predict Chris is going to pass Peter at some point. Let's just watch Peter's tires here. Is he sliding? Yes, look at that. A little loss of grip there. He is battling his tires. No, Nikos, there was not too much carnage. It was a pretty well-behaved race. There's a little bit of tapping going on here and there, and a few guys with unforced errors. Chris is making up time still again. Let's see what happens here in the chicane. Oh, what happened there? Oh, they touched. But that's just a little love tap there. That's not going to cause too much problems. Chris backed off a little bit, I think. Let's just watch them go through the last corner here. La Source. And now through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Let's go in Chris's car. Cockpit and see how the gap goes. Looks like he's making up a little bit of time on the straight. Nice to see a Porsche in the front of that Ferrari. Yeah, he made up time on the straight. Let's see what not going to be able to do anything that much on this chicane. Not a great place to pass. Just got to maintain the gap. Don't get too close because you'll have to back off. You had to back off there a little bit. I lost a little bit on that. Now Chris might have some trouble in these corners because of his tires. Oh, did a good job. Held on there. Yes, he got the better of Chris through that complex. I'm just going to watch for a little bit. And he's going wide again. Peter, he's going to make up. He's making up a little bit of time. So I'm going to quickly watching down below here. Kenny and Patrick Larson. Are getting pretty close too. As is Dan Grote on Howells, and he's got Branco right behind him. Well, that's an interesting one, but we see if we can't get away too far from this one. That's got a gap there. Let's see how he does through the fast corners here. And wondering if Chris is going to take a dive at the last chicane. We're going to be. This will be the second. Next lap will be the last lap, I believe. Unless they get 2 laps out of it. Yeah, they might get 2 laps out of it. They'll probably cross the line before the end of the timing. Yeah, they'll get 2 laps. Nope, leader's on the final lap. So this is the final lap, folks. Look at this threesome. They all got heard. This is the final lap for them. Or second, they'll have a lap and a half. So everybody will get a little juicy here. Kenny lost a little bit of time there. Chris coming through Eau Rouge and Radion. See if he makes up time on the straight. I'll follow everybody through here. Doesn't look like he's going to make up any time there. The Wolfman is trying to stay ahead. These guys are, this one is a nice little battle. That's Howells way up ahead there too, or don't Mr. Chubb way up ahead. Whoa, somebody got, what's that? Grote just went wide. Got out of sorts there a little bit, but Branco couldn't take advantage of it. Howells is looking at Chubb also. What's happening at the front? Oh, Saunders. Ooh, what happened here? Looks like Chris had a problem. He's lost a lot of time, and Saunders is right up into it now. Here we go. Last lap. We're not going to leave this one. Here we go for sure, Peter. Here we go. I'm going to stay in the cockpit here. See if John has held on to his tires better than these other 2 guys. He's got grip. Got grip. Coming through. Oh, look at that. Moses went wide. Yes, Saunders is going to take him. Saunders took him. Look at that. Amazing. Way to go, John. You just held your time. Wow. Wow. What a great finish. Glad I caught that. And let's just take a quick peek behind here, because this looks like it's the way it's going to finish. Chris went wide again. They both went wide. Oh, Peter went wide. Oh, look at that. Saunders just passed Peter. Oh, we got to do a replay on that sucker. There's the Wolfman. Where did he go wide? This is a replay, by the way. What happened? Oh, no. I think he ran out of gas. I think he ran out of gas. Wow. So the finish is Saunders. It shows Peter. What is going on here? Chris Bourne. Who was it that ran out of gas? Yeah, it was Moses. So yes, our podium is Saunders, Wolfman, Peter Wolfsteiner, and Chris Bourne gets third. And Mr. Young is, Sylvain is fourth. Young is fifth. Chris Moses ended up sixth. He did cross the finish line. Derek Bird ended up seven. Wow, I don't think he let him pass, Nikos. I think that was a ran out of fuel situation. These guys are still, let's see if anybody's still racing here. It's done. Everybody else is just crossing the finish line. Sorry I didn't get everybody's podium finishes. Oh, there's a few guys here. This is just a race. This is still races. No, it's not. There's no racing going on. Okay, so what a finish. What a finish. Group 1. Group 1 was an amazing race, guys. So again, podium finish. John Saunders, first. He was in 3rd place. Peter Wolfshiner is in 2nd. Chris Bourne in 3rd. Sylvain in 4th. Steve Young in 5th. Great job there. Just looking at 7 positions Steve made up. Chris Moses, who was on the podium, ended up 6th. Wow. Great race, guys. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to have a co-announcer because I was having trouble with getting Discord in the stream, and no podium today. Too bad we don't have a podium. That would have been a great interview just to find out what happened, both the Wolfman and to hear what happened to Chris, because it looked like Peter was having trouble with his tires. Anyway, we'll see you again next week for the next race, I believe is Watkins Glen. Thanks for watching, everybody. 11 of you watching on the stream. You're still talking, so what is everybody saying? Anyway, we'll see you next week. Bye now.